Today on Vox, we have information on a car bombing at a police academy and more. Lane Webb will have your local weather, and Eli Carey will have your sports.
It's Friday, January 18th, 2019, and you're watching Vox News Today.
Please stand for the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Mary Beth Mangrum.
And I'm Tori Freeman.
As the partial government shutdown drags on toward week 4, federal workers in Tennessee are starting to feel the strain. IRS call center worker Vivian Hunt says she can no longer afford in-home health care for her disabled mother. Prentice Dokes, a union representative at the IRS call center, said that employees are being called back to work because the president said refunds are going to go out. Some of the workers he represents drive in from as far away as Huntsville, Alabama and Clarksville, about 100 miles and 70 miles one way. He said he has dipped into his savings to get by and was planning to call his mortgage company later Thursday to see if he could get a break. Tennessee has about 25,000 federal civilian employees, excluding postal workers, according to data from the U.S. Office of Personnel Management, last updated in September 2017.
A Hamilton County high school had a case of the creepy crawlies on Wednesday. Bed bugs were found in several rooms at Brainerd High School this week. Exterminators arrived the same day to handle the issue, and no bugs were reported the following day.
One of the last things you hope to see while in the water is a shark. But to divers in Hawaii, it may have been a discovery of ginormous proportions. A group of divers near Oahu were monitoring tiger sharks feeding off of a decomposed sperm whale when they encountered a giant great white shark, reports the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Ocean Ramsey, one of the divers who studies sharks, told the Star-Advertiser that, based on the shark's size and markings, the shark may be deep blue, one of the largest great whites on record. Diver and photographer Kimberly Jeffries says that she was one of the 2 divers first in the water with the shark. According to Jeffries, marine experts familiar with the shark reviewed her photos and confirmed it was deep blue. Jeffries said that the 2 other great white sharks were spotted in the waters, including a female estimated between 16 to 18 feet long and pregnant.
All U.S. diplomats are returning to work with pay amid the government shutdown. A staff notice sent Monday assured most employees that money had been found to cover their next pay period, but they will not be paid for time in December. The source of the money is not immediately clear, but it is said that the State Department will use existing funds as well as other available fiscal authorities to shift existing balances to restart payroll funding. The next payroll period ends on February 14th, but salaries cannot be guaranteed after that if the shutdown has not ended.
Electric car maker Tesla has said it will cut its workforce by 7% after the most challenging year in its history. Tesla employs more than 45,000 people, indicating it will cut around 3,000. Founder Elon Musk said that 2018 was Tesla's most successful year yet, in which it delivered almost as many cars as it had in all of the previous years of its existence. However, while it ramped up production of its mid-market Model 3 car, Musk said its products were too expensive for most people and its profits too low. According to Musk, Tesla has no choice but to reduce full-time employee headcount and retain only the most critical temps and contractors. The last few years have been rough for the electric car maker as well as Elon Musk himself. Investors have begun to bet against Tesla as the company has failed to meet its own production targets multiple times.
A car bombing at a police academy in Colombia has the city of Bogota on high alert. 21 people are reported dead, making this the most violent attack in Colombia in over a decade. President Ivan Duque tiptoed around placing any blame on a particular group while calling the situation a miserable act of terrorism. The perpetrator was identified as Jose Aldemir Rojas, an unsuspecting man with no criminal history in the country. He died in the attack, which is now considered to be a suspected suicide bombing. Rojas's ties to the rebel group National Liberation Army are being investigated, as it is speculated he may have been an explosive expert for the group. This is an unprecedented incident, as the country's political violence has never reached a level like this. Now let's send it over to Lane with your weather report.
We'll have your radar, forecast, and more weather news after this break.
One thing to love about the Tennessee Valley is Bradley Central Show Choir, Vocal Motion. The other thing to love is the local Geico office on Lee Highway.
You could save a lot. Oh, you can save a lot. Oh, you can save a lot. But how do you know? Unless you call 894-2600.
Got a car? Got a boat? Got a home?
Get a quote.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our local radar, we can see that we have nothing as far as rain or precipitation goes. Nothing as it has been for the past couple days. But taking a look at our national radar, we can see that in the Midwest we do have some snow, and in California we also have heavy rain. And our friends up north are getting hit pretty hard, especially up in the Maine area, up northeast in Maine. Taking a look at our western friends in California, again, the weather conditions continue to get worse as the snow gets heavier, the rain comes down harder, and rock slides and mudslides continue. Let's turn it over to our weather reporter, Connor Gray, for more.
This is your weather reporter, Connor Gray. Flooding in wildlife burn areas continue to worsen as the rain continues to pour down without mercy. Our peaks in the Sierra Mountains are now looking from getting 2 feet of snow to now 6 feet. Driving has become nearly impossible for any residents living in the area. Snow plows are trying their best, but the snow continues to pour down endlessly. Mud and rock slides have gone from ripping houses off their own foundation to slamming into driving cars. A rock slide in Malibu came down on Canyon Road, ripping the door off a car and totaling it. The man driving was hurt and immediately sent to the hospital, where he is recovering. No one else was hurt. Let's hope that these weather disasters stop soon so we don't have to worry about any more people getting injured.
Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Friday will be overcast with a high of 53 and a low of 43. Saturday will be rainy with a high of 59 and a low of 29. Sunday and Monday will be partly cloudy with highs of 35 and 39 and lows of 19 and 27. Tuesday will be overcast with a high of 48 and a low of 43. Wednesday will be rainy with a high of 51 and a low of 34. And finally, Thursday will be partly cloudy with a high of 41 and a chilling 29. That's all for me. Now let's send it over to Eli Carey with the scores from last night.
I'll have all your wrestling scores and more after this break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Check into Checking Cash.
Your wallet's empty, and you've got bills to pay. What do?
Stop worrying.
Get the cash you need today at Check Into Cash.
We offer payday advances, auto title loans, and lots of ways to put the cash you need in your pocket today.
And we make it quick, easy, and confidential.
So stop worrying and stop in to Check Into Cash today.
Visit checkintocash.com for the store near you.
Let's take a look at those wrestling scores. Bradley Varsity Wrestling went against Saudi Daisy last night and won over them with a score of 68-9. They had 7 pins and 3 forfeits. They're going to face Walker Valley High School at the district tourney Wednesday at Ooltewah. On to the NBA scores, we have the New York Knicks who lost to the Washington Wizards with a score of 100-101. The Phoenix Suns lost to the Toronto Raptors with a score of 109-111. The Charlotte Hornets won over the Sacramento Kings with a score of 114-95. And the Chicago Bulls lost to the Denver Nuggets with a score of 105-135. The Philadelphia 76ers won over the Indiana Pacers with a score of 120-96. And the Los Angeles Lakers won over the Oklahoma City Thunder with a score of 138-128. And the games tonight are listed below. On to the women's NBA scores. They lost to the Alabama Crimson Tide with a score of 65-86. They will go against Arkansas tomorrow at Monday at 7 p.m. And they will go against Division I Notre Dame on Thursday at 7 p.m. On to the men's NBA scores. Or when they're playing. Alabama will be going against Tennessee tomorrow at 2 p.m., and then they will go against Vanderbilt on Wednesday at 7 p.m. They're coming off a 106 against 87 win over Arkansas on Tuesday. They have the most points in an SEC game since 2000 with 50 points off the bench. Out of 39 shots, they scored 35 at the charity stripe. We'll be right back with your school announcements after this break.
Looking at formaldehyde, acrolein, nitrobenzene. This actually has over 7,000 chemicals. Don't get me started on what they do to you. Prematurely wrinkled skin, stunted lung growth,
Mr. Essler,
tooth loss, cancer.
Mr. Essler.
Hang on.
If cigarettes looked as dangerous as they are, you'd run like hell. Find out the real cost of tobacco.
Life happens. Whether it's car trouble, medical bills, or other expenses, Check Into Cash has a new flexible loan solution. Introducing the Flex Loan. The Flex Loan is an open line of credit. You control how much you borrow with flexible payment options. If you need a payday advance, we offer those too, because true flexibility is the ability to choose. For life's little emergencies, we're your one-stop money shop.
Okay. All right, Bradley Central, let's take a look at our school announcements.
Prom 2019 is Saturday, April 13th at the Hunter Museum in Chattanooga. Tickets go on sale March 25th.
We're online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can also check us out on Facebook, WTNB, and of course at voxnews.net.
You just can't get enough of Vox.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always, God bless and go Bears!